Hello and welcome as it is now the 28th day of September 2019. My name is Derek. Like always, all bets, trades, and of the like, that's within each's own risk and their own reward. I found something interesting today, or just recently, as I made a withdrawal of GOChain to my wallet. Um, a couple of them, because I did so on both Bittrex and Binance, as I added a couple extra crossings to it. Thus, now I have entered the six-figure handle. And there's only about 365 people that can say that, at least for those who hold them on their own wallet, and maximum per wallet, because you could own 400,000 with the biggest wallet having 70,000 if you have a bunch of them. But you know what? You can actually see on there the rankings in everyone's wallet relatively easy. And that's the interesting thing that I've seen as within the wallet, as they call it the rich list on here, which I clicked on that. I thought that was an interesting thing to click on. The richest person owns 262,122,043.410, a bunch of other decimals. I was going to say them all, but that wouldn't be right. Very close to one third of the supply. It makes that's not me. That I don't own that many, but I did get over six figures, not to nine. Obviously, creator of the coin. I mean, the next one's 4%. That's these are just the rest of the other big game players. But we're gonna go through just how big it is because he's the only person worth $1 million of GOChain mathematically. Unless, of course, I mean, for all we know, these two could be the same people. I never know. But the list goes on, and well, I'm not going to keep on clicking more. I clicked on it before. There, 365 of them have at least 100,000, and at a million, we're talking 66 of them at this time frame. And what's interesting is, okay, well, what happens if I click on this? What do we get? What you get is all their transactions, and there's 54 of them. And I find two things very interesting about this information. Now, first of all, the the owner of this, whoever this is, obviously is probably associated with this page even being here in the first place, and would have been their idea for, hey, let's let everyone see this so easy. So apparently that person doesn't care, them knowing what they do very easily at that too. So we have the transaction hash, the process time, the associate of where it went to came from, and the value of the transaction. And this is September the 22nd, 6 days ago, where 4 million were deposited in, and all these are in millions, like 456 area. And that was done so on the 16th, 9th, 31st, 26th. So it's like a weekly thing. This person is depositing coins into this wallet and has been for quite some time. We could see it in June, but this one was a very interesting one. Dated May the 29th, 89 million. And on May the 29th, price action looked like this in here. So just before this fall, how much of these coins went down because of that withdrawal and those coins being added to the supply of the market? Well, considering one third of the supply of everything is from there, I'd have to say there's a pretty good chance of it. And all these things that have been accumulated, well, I'm sure that this is why many people lose in the trading. Well, they're the ones that you could at least associate to the point that they're the ones that are buying from him as it's going down, and then they sell to him in here, and that's what they do. They have to try to accumulate as many as they can, and whatever tricks they use to do so and everything. I'm not too. I don't know, but I realize that if all they've been doing is accumulating, and the prices over this long period have just been range bound in this market for the most part. But regardless of the fact, you think that the plan is to sell them while the price is still in this range and all this type of stuff? I don't think so. Now, I think next thing to notice is if you ever do happen to see, maybe this is something you might want to look at. If you have a bunch of websites, you look on the daily time frame. If this is one of the coins you would trade, hey, wait up and take a look at this on a daily basis. Is this person withdrawing any? Because that could be a big indication. But especially in a situation where we get these big rallies, where if they happen, whether it come up to like even if it's as modest gain to three or anywhere it may go up to during the ride up, if you happen to look on any given day while market conditions are doing such an idea thing, that is a huge indication that the top of a market would be near. So if I were to see something like that, where this 100 million withdrew, 80 million or whatever have been withdrawn from there, okay, I guess that's going to be a top soon. Then, of course, me, if I see that, I might decide to pretty much sell a lot or everything in a situation of that manner. Now, with any trade like this, you got that person could sell everything down, bring it down to 40 or nothing pretty much. He can bring it to nothing with what he owns on any given day. On any given day, yeah. But that's very unlikely to happen. When we go to the market cap of coin market cap and take a look at this coin, what we can see is that the entire market cap itself is only 7 million. So that means owning a third of that would be under $2.5 million. So just because that's what the market cap is doesn't mean that's what you're going to get, especially when you own one third. If you own one third, you're not getting one third of $7.1 million. You're going to have to keep selling it down, and then it's going to get lower. You're going to probably end up getting well under 2 million, maybe maybe not even one, depending on, of course, how they execute that such a degree. But I'm seeing coins being added to the wallet, not taken away, which is telling me that this person is in accumulation mode right now. And if they're in accumulation mode, well, I'm going to probably think that, well, it's interesting. This coin's ranked number 350. I'm ranked number 350-ish or so on how many I own because 365,000 of over 100,000. But yeah, they're in accumulation mode, and that means it's probably going to go up because of it. Now, if we go to GOChain itself, let's go to wallet. If you ever want to create a wallet on here, it's in here. It says you create an account, it'll automatically give you the private key, literally, and it's just that easy. And that's all they do. They give you a private key. Then it's your job to write it down. When you do stuff like that, you want to make sure that you do so with like private windows. That you want to maybe take the internet off when you're copying. I mean, that's maybe like overdoing it, but there's no way anyone can read it. And then when you're done copying and pasting it, copy something else just in case someone can read your copy board afterwards. Just do whatever you can to make sure with any of your cryptocurrencies that you are as safe as possible within your keys. And going back to the market cap, the second owner had 4% or so, 4%, which meant 10% would be 700,000. So that means the next biggest owner is under 500,000 right now. And because I just don't, now with all that, I just don't think I think there's a good chance that at some point this thing is going to go up. Now, somebody, how this will, how those big people can influence markets going up, well, I'm sure they have their ways because it's been done in the past, but that's not for me to know how to do. I just know that when the situation comes into place, to play it, because I'm not here to predict when something's going to go up or what the next move is going to be or if this is a top and stuff like that. But of course, whatever I can do to help the situation will just make me do better. In that, like I state, if I see this goes up, I see a major withdrawal on that site, I know what to do. does things like that, of course. But that's reacting to situations. That's really what the business, for me at least, is. The only predicting in coins is that, okay, which coin is going to be effectively going to go up or choppy enough sideways to be a positive vehicle to trade. And then not care, oh, what's the month of October, November, December, how's the next year or half year going to be? I don't care as far as which this one does this and that one does that against as long as they move and then understand and recognize the situation. And when you recognize the situation, how do you react to it? And the better you are within that, that's really all this ever comes down to. So let's assume we have a situation where we wake up and this thing has a good gain. It goes up to like 140, 148. Well, for the first time ever, I got to six figures on this coin, putting me in the top 365 of the owners. But if the price were to come up here, I'd have to go to that wallet and take, what would that be a move of? Say 156, say it would be the price. The price would be at 40 basis points. So I'd probably take about 25,000 of them and sell them. That's a quarter of what I own, a little under. But I might take 26,000. Oh, but what happens if the price goes to 214? Oh, that means it would double in one day. And I might take around half, or 40%, or 30%, or 60%, and make a very aggressive trade and be well under the 6 or the 100,000 figure now. But that's how I react to that particular situation. And so on and so forth. But how many times have I seen coins just have tremendous, spectacular moves of like, this one's up 78% today. Or even at times like 240% over the week. Or even higher than that. I don't have to predict when it's going to happen to be taking advantage of it. I don't have to be, actually I kind of do have to be there when it happens. But when it happens, you pretty much got all day and sometimes even longer to at least to join the party. And okay, thank you for tuning in. I just thought I'd let you know. I'll put a link to the GOChain wallet in the more information box, as right now that's where 100% of my coins are held. Normally that's not the case, as what would happen for me as a trader when a ratio is activated for GOChain, that either means I'm buying or selling. So if it works out that this coin goes down and other ones go up, at least one of the ones that I'm trading against, then I would sell that coin and then I'd have GOChain. But I won't withdraw it immediately. In fact, I'll put a sell order in for it. Say, for example, maybe Theta has whatever. Oh, Theta goes up 20% now. And I sell Theta. I buy this at 113. And I bought it like 111 earlier. 110 even. 109, 110, and 111 were the three prices I got when I added two more crosses. But say, for example, it goes up there. I buy it at that, and I just put a sell order. Maybe I put a sell order for 150 or 160. And then when the numbers get way too high, a lot of times if it gets like over five figures, oh my goodness, I see 14,000 on there, 9,000, let's just withdraw. That's just way too many when you own 100,000 of them is a decent percentage of the play. I was actually surprised to see, I wasn't even thinking I was going to make the top like 1,000. I was kind of surprised actually to see that I was ranked 365 in the world as far as the rich list. I never thought I'd ever make any type of internet rich list, especially with a name starting with 0x and a bunch of other numbers and letters that I don't have memorized. But I do have written down, but it's not written, it's on a computer file. And well, anyway, yeah. It's all about reacting. If it goes up here, if it were to go to say 200 in one day, and I've seen coins do this a lot, I probably have under 50,000 in my wallet. I'll sell. If it goes up double, I'm selling half. That's the general rule for me. Double move like that. And thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.